Hey guys, when you meet someone and you guys are just having a first date or a second date and the person is already making demands, that's the toxic person. Let me tell you, toxic people, they show themselves very fast. And if you're watching, you will notice. With anybody and he says it's not like you're the finest person in the world, but that's the end of that conversation. That's Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Anyway, welcome to Coach session. My name is Miriam Cole, but you can call me Awesome because I'm awesome. All right. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is the best time for you to click on that subscribe button and subscribe. So, we know that a lot of things are going on social media right now, and there's a lot of conversation around toxic relationships, domestic violence, just being in a terrible situationship. All right. And as much as I'm an advocate of get out as soon as you find out that you're in a toxic situation, I've been thinking, what if you can find out that this person you're hanging out with is toxic and not good for you from like the first time you hang out with the person? Wouldn't that be better? Because of this, I've actually like thought about it and did a little research, and also I realized that I have never actually been in a toxic relationship for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that I have a way of selecting or whatever, but I haven't been in a very toxic relationship for a long time. I won't tell you that I haven't been in a toxic relationship, but not for a long time. I'm able to spot if someone will be toxic to me in a week of talking to the person. So I want to share a few things that I think you could spot on the very first day you're having a conversation with this person, and it's to save you a lot. And I actually wrote some down here, so I'm going to check on my list, and then I'll tell you from that. All right, so let's get into it so we don't waste a lot of time. First thing first, I know that some people try to avoid talking about exes on the first date, but I don't think you should. If you're on a date with someone, is your first date, and actually you guys want to have something, asking the person about their previous relationship is okay. So ask. Now, if they tell you that all their exes are crazy, if they tell you, oh, this ex has this problem, this ex has that problem, hey, this ex the other problem, everyone else is the problem but them, then maybe it's time for you to move. This person is most likely a toxic human being. This person is most likely a toxic human being. So I advise you get out. If they are in bad terms with everybody they've been in relationship with, you see this whole thing that people do. They say, "Once I break up with you, I don't know you." I say it sometimes as a joke, but I don't mean it, and I will never mean it. Most of the people I've dated are my friends till tomorrow. All right. So if you meet someone and everybody they've dated, they're not talking to the person again. They blocked the person, or the person is so evil that the person don't deserve a space in their lives again. Blah 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 blah. Please run for your dear life. That person is toxic. I'm telling you. If they are not in good terms with anybody that they've dated or most of the people they've dated, there's a possibility that that's a very toxic human being right there. Now, this goes without saying. I'm just going to add this one as bonus, okay? If they tell you that, if they're talking to you about things that are going on in their lives, right? Like, let's say you guys are having conversations about family, about friends, about, issues coming up in their lives, and they're always blaming other people for the issue. Like, they're never the ones at fault. So it's someone else's fault. That person is a toxic human being. Run away. These are things you can spot with from like first or second date or third date if you must. And it will save you a lot of stress. So you get out. If every time they talk about getting angry or they give you a story about how they got angry, every time you guys discuss or talk about anything that has to do with the person getting angry, and they make it seem as if their anger is justified, like their anger is always justified, my dear, that's a toxic human being. Stay away from that person as quickly as you can. Because, see, people make mistakes, quite all right, but you must be able to understand and accept your mistakes. So if you're always right, or you claim to be always right, there's something wrong somewhere. This is another thing I spot. When they always want you to do what they want, Now let me paint the picture so you understand, because I'm talking about first date, second date, like spotting a toxic person from the first or second date. When you meet someone and you guys are just having a first date or a second date and the person is already making demands, that's a toxic person. And I say this for both the male and the female, and I'm not talking just about money. I'm saying demands like, okay, come to my house. Demands like, let's hang out here. This is where I want us to hang out. As opposed to just keeping an open mind and finding out what you want. That's a toxic person right there. When the person always wants you to do what they want, something that will suit them. It could be as little as sit down here, let's hang out here, or let's sit here, or let me arrange your chair like this, or eat this. It could be as little as all those little stuff. When the person is insisting they have their way in very little things, you could tell that this person will want to have their way in even major things. So it's time for you to run away, my dear. Now, this one, I think this one I'll also add it as a jara. Let me use that word. I'll add it as a bonus, okay? When they embarrass people around you or belittle people around you. So I say this when you go out with someone on a first date or anytime, always watch the way they treat other people. The waitress, the people they will meet on the way. Just basically the people that may not be able to serve them or give them anything, they don't benefit anything from these people. All right, watch the way they treat those people. If they embarrass them or belittle them, they are toxic and not good for you. So you should better be running. Yes. When you meet somebody and they make you doubt yourself. Now, I know that some people will say, no, you can't get this on a first date. But let me tell you, toxic people, they show themselves very fast. And if you're watching, you will notice. They meet you and they somehow want to make you feel like they're doing you a favor by being in your life, or they're doing you a favor by going on a date with you, or they're doing you a favor by hanging out with you. They make you doubt yourself. Oh, you're not sexy enough, or you're not fine enough, or you're fine but you're not fine rich. You're sexy but you're not sexy rich. You're rich but you're not rich like that. They just want to make you feel less about yourself from even the first time they see you or the first time they're hanging out with you, so you don't feel too special. Do you get what I'm saying? Those people are toxic and you should stay away from them. And they do this. Some of them do it deliberately. Some people, let me even say guys, some guys do it deliberately. They make the lady feel as if she is, less in their class so that she feels good about hanging with them. So when they finally ask you for something, you won't say no. Some go like, it's not like you're the finest. See, let me be honest with you. If I go out with anybody and he says it's not like you're the finest person in the world, but that's the end of that conversation. That's the end of that. Because if you're saying, I'm not saying, obviously, I know I'm not the finest human being on earth. But if you're telling me it's not like I'm the finest you could get, you're trying to make me feel like I should be honored that you even, you reached out. So it's not like I'm the finest person you can reach out to. You could have reached out to a whole lot of other people, but somehow you just pitied me and you chose me. So if you find such a person, my dear, run for your dear life, run as fast as possible, and get out of that space. Now, that's the much I can take. That's the much I can give you today. I gave you 5, and the other ones are bonus. All right. These are how you can spot a toxic person from the very first date or second date and save yourself all the stress of dating the person and then later finding out that this person is a woman beater or a man beater, because women are beating men these days. Or just say an abuser, emotional abuser, whatever kind of abuser. These are ways you can spot the person from the first, second date and move on with your life so you don't waste time. All right? Thank me later or maybe now. But this is Co Sessions. Yes, we've come to the end of today's session. My name is Miriam Cole, and do not forget to click on the subscribe button. Till I talk to you again, is peace, love, and bye bye. Adios.